Today on the channel, hot off the truck, Series 154 main event with Randy Orton. First time in the line, Kiana James, CM Punk, Jake the Snake Roberts, and AJ Styles.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE main event unboxing and review. And today on the channel from main event series 154, we got Kiana James, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, CM Punk, and Jake the Snake Roberts. But for all your main event needs, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% off all in-stock items. That's actually what I did. I went over there, they had these in stock. Hadn't seen these before, not at Walmarts and Targets as of yet. I said, you know what? I'm going to pick these bad boys up today, and that's exactly what I ended up doing over there, saving 15%. So I dabble in the main events, as we do know, and as we've done on the channel for the last 5 years or so. However, this set pretty strong. Jake the Snake Roberts, knew I needed that in my collection. CM Punk, I was a little on the fence with. Kiana James, first time in the line. She's also the chase, which they did not have, unfortunately. Definitely had to pick her up. Randy Orton, I like the looks of this one more than what we've seen from his upcoming Elite. We'll talk about that as well. And then good friend of the channel, AJ Styles, of course, in his new look here. So getting a little peek under the tent of what future Elite head sculpts will look like in Series 154 here. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start with good brother AJ Styles over here. About every single day, somebody tells me, hey, does anybody ever tell you look like AJ Styles? Hey, does anybody ever tell you look like The Big Show? Hey, does anybody ever tell you look like Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Pretty much every single day, in one form or another of social media, I do get that one here. But this AJ Styles looking pretty good. Could I have a new head sculpt? Maybe. We'll see what happens. But AJ Styles looking good. Main event 154, of course. On the back, AJ looking only like an AJ could look, of course. You got the cross-sell, jibber-jabber, UPC. A little bit of tail of the tape, not a lot going on here. And AJ just returning to TV, as we know, at the Royal Rumble. Signature move, that dreaded Styles clash, and he is a technician. He's also could be labeled a high flyer, if you ask me. But look, good old AJ Styles. See you later. Shuffle off to the side. AJ Styles looking good right here. Pull it out, see what's going on. See you later. Is this the first AJ Styles with the main event articulation? There was a spell, as my grandma would say, where we got AJ Styles on a pretty regular basis, not basic, but now we're getting him back again, once again here. But there it is, old AJ Styles. Not too bad here. A little heavier on the beard. The hair just on point. That's a good hairstyle, if you ask me. Looking really good on the hair. Not bad. I know this is AJ Styles all day long. And like I said, really good hair on this one. Who can yank this hair off and make it clean? We can make a Kyle figure out of this, maybe, possibly. But looking very nice there. Now, we do know about the interchangeable hands on the main events. That's one of the changes with this one. The hands are removable, of course. So it is nice to get these AJ-specific hands on this one. However, you're stuck to the two splayed-out hands. Not the best here. Unless you're going to be doing chops and things like that. I'm not sure there's enough articulation. Yeah, I guess there is. About as much as the Elite, I would say, to be able to do his pose there with his gloves, of course. But you do get the AJ-specific hands for sure on this one. You do get the AJ Styles wrist bracers that go kind of with the gloves. I guess it's supposed to be part of the gloves. We know how that works. You do get the P1 over here on the elbow, the black elbow pad looking good. And then the head, like we said, is pretty much the moneymaker on this one. Just a good-looking head on this one, I will say. And everybody loves a good-looking head. That's for sure. Phenomenal one on the side. Once again, besides that, all black for the most part. You do got the one down there on the boot. You got the one knee pad going on. But pretty much your standard AJ Styles, but it is the new look AJ. Getting a little older, aren't we all? Every single day it feels like. But AJ looking pretty good, all things considered. We'll only walk through the articulation on one of these figures along the way. But AJ, not too shabby right there. And you know what? Shame on me. Should have done females first. It's a ladies first channel here. Blew it. I apologize to Kiana James from Sioux City, Iowa, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to Sioux City. I'll actually be in Sioux City, Iowa. I want to say like March 11th. So Maybe I'll go to the Hard Rock. Maybe I'll go to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and just party. Maybe I'll go to, is it like the Buffalo Chip or something like that? Beautiful pizza up there this time of year as well. But I'll be up in Sioux City here in a couple of weeks, and maybe I'll visit Kiana James' family while I'm there. Who knows? Maybe not. But Kiana looking interesting here. First time in the line, last time in the line. I guess we'll see what ends up happening. We do know there's a chase one, so I'll be on the lookout for that one. And we do get a lot of first times in the line, of course, in the main event series over the years. Kiana, no different. Of course, a big star in NXT. Start and stop over here in the WWE. I think she got called up to the Raw brand and kind of disappeared. She did get some enhancements, I think, on an injury downtime, so she should be coming back bigger and better than ever in more ways than one. Kiana looking only like a Kiana could look if she was from Sioux City, Iowa. Cross-sell down below. Unboxing these all here today. A little bit of tail of the tape. Let's see what it says here. Her signature move is the 401k, and it's been a long time since we talked 401ks on the channel. We even had my dad on here one time talking 401ks, giving you guys advice. I mean, if there's anybody to take money advice from, it is definitely my dad, I'll tell you that much. But obviously, as we always say, if you're investing in figures, probably not the best selection, not the best move on your part. Probably put that money towards your 401k if you need to choose one or the other, I would say. But that is her signature move, and I wonder how much is in her 401k. You know, I started my 401k at 14 years old. 14! See you later, goodbye. Quite the time, of course, quite the time. But Kiana James only looking like a Kiana James could look in the main event series. Oh, she is stuck in there. What are we doing, Kiana? See you later, goodbye. Now we got Kiana James, and a little bit rough on this one, but it is a main event style figure, so you shouldn't expect Elite or Ultimate quality, I don't think. But this looks very, very plain, very basic, especially the head sculpt. It doesn't look like a current day head sculpt. It almost reminds you back to the infancy of Mattel and the head sculpt, the face look on this one. Very kind of plain Jane on her there. And I don't think I could tell you if they pulled this head off and said, here, who is this? I don't think I could tell you it's Kiana James at this point here. And then you do got the painted on top there. Always looks a little bit strange from time to time, especially the more you look at it. If you look at it at a quick glance, it looks okay. The more you stare at it, the little rougher it gets, I will say. You do get the blue knee pads down here, very rubbery on these two, a little bit gummy as well. White boots on her. But besides that, it is Kiana James, I guess. She's got a fist of fury and a gripping hand, but it is pretty much your standard female body we've seen numerous times over the years, and here we are seeing it again. I guess we'll wait for the possible Elite, but boy, it doesn't seem like we're going to get an Elite figure of her anytime soon. Definitely not in 2025. Who knows if even 2026, as they usually work a year out. When does she come back? This is one of those performers I could see coming back like the night after WrestleMania or something. She didn't come back at the Royal Rumble. Maybe that's when she comes back. We'll get some new people coming back right after that. I guess we'll see what ends up happening. But there's old Kiana James to go with AJ Styles. And I guess we'll go to CM Punk next. We're going to go to the old cult of personality himself. CM Punk, another rough-looking figure here. We're going to dive into it, but I always think of this as like Charles Manson era CM Punk. I don't know if that's a good analogy. Is it, Todd? Yeah, he said you've heard better analogies? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But always kind of more cult leader CM Punk with the big bushy beard, the kind of greasy long hair going on. Interesting look on him. Not a ton of bells and whistles, as you can imagine, with this one either. Same cross-sell on the back, jibber-jabber, all the usual stuff going on. CM Punk, signature move, the go to sleep, and he is a dreaded grappler. You don't want to be grappling with him, especially. But we're going to pull old CM Punk out of the package. See you later, goodbye. Plastic prison for old CM Punk. Flying through. See you later. Whoa, just skipped off the screen. Watch out. But now, once again, like I mentioned with Kiana James, feels like we're taking a trip back in time, as this is a very old school looking head sculpt. This looked like this was on Basic Series 12 or something, whatever series it would have been. Does not look updated. It is basically, I am sure, a bit of a re-release. Have to imagine it's a re-release there. But definitely a little bit rougher. I think I know this is CM Punk if I see it. We've just had a lot better CM Punk head sculpts. There's no doubt about it. Does got the straight edge tattoo on his chest. Looks a little small. Maybe that's just me. You do get the tattoos. No color in the tattoos on this one here. White wrist tape, white into the hands there. You got a fist of fury and a gripping hand. You got the traditional X on there. Red and black attack, rocking the Chicago Blackhawks colors on this one here as well. Black knee pads, and then, of course, you got the red and black down on the boots. You got the Chicago Stars as well. And I guess better time than ever to do articulation right in the middle. Arms all the way around for us. Single jointed elbow, side to side. Hands removable, side to side, back and forth. Head removable, back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Legs go up. Single jointed knee. Boot cut, back and forth, side to side. The usual Mattel main event articulation at this point. But obviously, a lot better CM Punks out on the market in this day and age between Ultimates and Elites, and even some of the other main event ones were better than this one, I do think. This is one of those ones, maybe it's just good for a kid to have in your collection. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. But he should also fit on a Mattel ringside stand. There it is. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on your ringside stands, of course. But now we're going to Jake the Snake, the Roberts. Of course, one of the guys with one of the biggest snakes in the locker room, no doubt about it. Jake Roberts, interesting though, is no snake paired with him, which is always strange to me. Always weird to get a Jake the Snake Roberts figure without a snake, but man, here we are. Here we are. Some may say his most iconic look. A lot of people, when they think of Jake the Snake, when they close their eyes at night, they think of him in these green tights on this one. So I'm pretty much there as well. It's not my favorite look, but it's one I really do think of. And we got a Coliseum collection like that not too long ago as well. Jake looking good on the glamour shot, of course. Jake the Snake Roberts main event 154. Jake the Snake Roberts on the back, of course. Cross sell, jibber jabber. What's it say about the Snake Man? Signature move, that dreaded DDT. And he is also a guy that dabbles in the fine grappling arts, apparently. But looking good, the old Snake Man right here. See you later, goodbye. And I can see right now, if you got the Coliseum collection, you probably don't need this one in your collection unless you love the legends, things like that, like I do myself. Jake looking good. See you later, goodbye. All right, Jake the Snake, what do we got going on with him? An interesting one. Definitely looks like Jake the Snake, and I'm pretty sure we got the same head with the Coliseum collection, if I'm not mistaken as well. Same articulation as everybody else, as you can imagine. White wrist tape, 2 gripping hands. Be great to grip a snake, but no snake included. What? Oh, there is a snake included? Oh, Todd McFarlane. Oh, Todd from the couch, getting crazy. Working blue tonight, huh, Todd? It happens, but looking good here in the tights department. Got that big cobra on the side. Oh my gosh. Looks like it just stepped right out of Ricky Tikki Tavi. You remember that? I had to watch that in school back in the day. The Mongoose and the Cobra, an epic feud, as old as time, of course. So shout out to Ricky Tikki Tavi, of course. Love the snake boots on here. I'm trying to get myself a pair of either alligator boots or snake boots. They don't got to be real, but if they are, they are, I guess. I'm not that offended by it. But I need a pair of these to wear just around the house, I think is what I'm looking for. So one of these days, going to get some cowboy boots, some snake boots. Be like a young Jake the Snake Roberts, that's for sure. When you get rid of those snakes, you turn them into shoes, I think is what he would do. Articulation, like I said, going to be the same as everybody else. I do kind of like the glittery green paint on the pants on this one. It does have a nice shine to it, I will say. And Jake looking interesting in the body. I think this might be the first time we've seen this body in the new main event form. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it definitely does look different than the other performers here at the table, no doubt about it. So Jake looking interesting. The old Snake Man here. He's got that push broom you can set your watch to, especially if you were in the 80s back in the day for sure. But looking good, Jake the Snake. Probably just not for everybody though, of course. Does fit on a ringside stand. I could see this Jake the Snake would have been the chase too. I could see them doing him in like black pants or something, as something, a little yin and yang action. They did not do that for whatever reason. But now we're going to finish it off. We're going to finish off with Randy Orton. And usually this would be a hard pass for me. But boy, this looks pretty good. And I'm hoping the Elite comes out as good as this looks. I like the newish kind of tan color they got on Randy. I feel like they got him just right as far as tan goes. That's been a challenge, I think, over the years from Mattel. So it looks really, really good here. You do got the new torso on him that we were talking about, and it does look like we got the more jacked up arm. So for years and years, you get this skinny Randy Orton. I mean, obviously muscular, we get that, but skinnier than he actually is. He's finally been beefed up a little bit in the main event line. We'll see how the Elite one turns out in the future, but looks really good. Your standard Randy Orton, of course. Cross-sell, jibber-jabber, usual stuff on the back. Signature move, the RKO, as we do know, and he is a technician, a mat technician. Take him to the mat, and he'll take you to school. That's what'll happen. See you later, goodbye. Plastic prison, Randy Orton. Take it out. See you later, goodbye. And we're going to finish off main event 154 with Randy Orton right here today. Randy Orton looking interesting. Got that mean mugging face, very stoic face, very Randy Orton face, of course. I think this is him when his wife told him, no, we're not going to Emo's Pizza tonight. We're not going to Emo's. I'm sorry. We're going to have to go somewhere else. Maybe we'll get some St. Louis style ribs instead. Emo's is off the table. We eat there too much, Randy. I think that's what was going on. I think that's how they got the face there. Fact check it if you guys want to on the couch, of course. Tattoos for Orton all over, of course, on the back, all up down the arms, even on the side there. Randy, a guy that's not scared of a tattoo needle, as we do know. Black wrist tape into the black hand tape. Got the mystical, magical hands on Randy Orton. He's always has these. You guys should get him in a nice pose like this. The only bad thing about these interchangeable hands for these is a little tough to play with. If you're a kid, you're a player out there, you want a fist of fury, or at least a gripping hand that could mimic a fist. This is just the eye poking. He's eye poking everybody in your fig fed, I guess, if that's the case. Got that new torso, and once again, that tan looking really nice here. Black boots, black knee pads, black tights here, black trunks, I should say. Got the Randy graphics on it. Does say RKO on the back, and then articulation can be identical to everybody else as we're accustomed to in this line, of course. So there it is. There's old Randy Orton. Does he fit on a ringside stand? Yes, he does. So how about that? We got 5 main events from 154. Looking interesting. And now, how about we put them in a quick order? Why not? Why not? I'm going to go number 5, Kiana James. Sorry, Kiana, you're going to the number 5 spot for me. I don't know. They can do better. They can do better. That's where I'm leaving that one right there. Easily number 4, we're going to go to CM Punk. CM Punk, they've had much better on that one as well. I'm not a fan of the head sculpt on this one. It is a nice throwback figure. Would have just liked to seen it come to fruition and a little bit better look to it, personally. But now we're down to the final 3 right here. You know what? I'm going to keep it just like it is here. Jake the Snake Roberts, not a ton of meat on the bone from the Coliseum collection. Obviously, that is a superior figure. Cool to get Jake. It's always interesting knowing he's over on AEW, but it's cool to get Jake. Definitely cool with the new torso on this one as well, but there's better Jakes out there. Randy Orton, the sleeper of this set right here. Easy pass for me until I saw it in person. Does look really, really nice. A good Randy Orton. You throw a soft goods shirt on this one, you can make your main event elite. This isn't a bad figure. This makes me have more hope for his upcoming elite than I did. I kind of slogged it off because I felt the arms still looked too light. This might be okay if they follow the same pattern with the elite, so we'll stay tuned for that. And number 1, good brother, AJ Styles. I mean, this haircut on him, man, oh man, looking pretty good if you ask me. So AJ, far and away, number 1. He's getting ready to fly, of course. So there it is, main event 154. What's your thoughts on this series? Is it a pickup for you? Pass, long game, no game? Can't be the no game. I don't believe it. I won't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Okay, I'll believe it. Sure, why not? 154, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Check it out if you have not. And then, of course, Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for main event 154, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.